Well, it was a fun idea. It was a fun idea that I had, that I've gotten away with before. But apparently we can't watch highlights together on YouTube, man. We just can't do it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've done it plenty of times. They take it down sometimes. Anytime they block the content with copyright ID claims, I dispute it and they unblock it. So when you challenge it, YouTube says, okay, you're right. But then they take stuff down anyway. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know, man. That's annoying. YouTube's annoying. I just think it's cool that, if I miss a game or something to come up here and watch the highlights with you guys, I think that's cool. But YouTube's lame. YouTube is lame. So anyway, I'll watch the highlights right here on my phone, and I'll talk about it to you guys on the stream, and I'll stay reading the chat, and we'll do it like that. How about that, man? Because what really happened in this Heat game, obviously Harden wasn't playing, and we were tired on a back-to-back. Like I said, I don't actually care that much about this game. But, okay, first thing I notice here is Tyler Hero wide open three, or Duncan Robinson wide open three from Matisse Thybulle trying to fight around a screen. Nobody helped. Wish I could show the video, but I can't. We still got 41 people in here, man. Embiid was triple teamed. That's about it. That's the story. That's the whole story of the game. You're probably right, Kyle. You're probably right, bro. Yeah, okay. So a play that I'm looking at right here is Furkan Korkmaz at the top of the key guarding PJ Tucker, which is a horrendous matchup. I mean, Furkan Korkmaz guarding anybody is a horrendous matchup. But they set a double screen. Matisse tries to fight around both of them, and Furkan Korkmaz doesn't rotate. Furkan Korkmaz should not be on the floor in pretty much any NBA game at this point. But especially against super athletic, deep teams like the Miami Heat, I'm not, and a lot of people will say, well, Shake Milton's terrible too. I'm not saying Shake Milton is the savior, is the answer for all of our problems. But you can't sit here and tell me that you would take Furkan Korkmaz over Shake Milton, Isaiah Joe, or anybody else on this bench. The guy can't do anything. He used to be at least a decent three-point shooter, and he would have those nights where he got really hot, and you would say, yo, Furkan at least can do this. That makes up for him being an absolute minus on the defensive end. But now, he's such a bad shooter. He's so bad at shooting that now he's a negative all over the floor. He's negative defensively like he's always been. Now he's a negative offensively. Why is he out there? Why? When James Harden is, whatever, hamstring rehab or whatever, why is Furkan Korkmaz the answer? Why? What is Doc Rivers' obsession with Furkan Korkmaz, man? I can't take it anymore. This is the new Raul Neto of the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the new Brett Brown Raul Neto of the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the new Brett Brown starting Raul Neto over Trey Burke when we desperately needed creation from the perimeter, combo guards. This is that. This is now that. Yeah, the stream got taken down because I was showing highlights live. I don't get it. I don't know. I've done it before. Sometimes I get away with it. Sometimes they shoot it down. I mean, like legally, it's fair use. I'm allowed to use a copyrighted material as long as I give credit to the copyright owner and I'm adding something to it by, stopping, pausing the highlights, giving my analysis, things like that. It's the actual definition of fair use, but the algorithm catches it sometimes and it just kicks you down. And if you dispute it, you request a manual review and YouTube is like, oh yeah, that's okay. And they put it back up. But the algorithm catches it sometimes, kicks it down. So it is what it is. They took the stream down, so I'm not gonna put the highlights on the damn screen anymore, man. Because it's annoying. The YouTube hassle is just annoying when it comes to playing highlights. The YouTube hassle is just annoying. Let me see if I can share my Twitter screen. I just searched Furkan Korkmaz on Twitter. I think that's a good search. Once in a while, when you want to read some entertaining tweets, you just go search Furkan Korkmaz on Twitter. That's what you do. There's my guy RB. Shake Milton should instantly get all of Furkan Korkmaz's minutes. How long are we going to say this before it actually happens? How long are we going to say this before it actually happens? There's a tweet that I'm looking for. That showed how bad Furkan Korkmaz's shooting has been recently. I wish I could find it, man. I may have retweeted it myself, which is probably the best way for me to try to find it, right? Yeah, that's what happened. I either favored it or retweeted it myself, so it'll be there. By the way, Gabe Vincent, most points per game versus any opponent. Gabe Vincent averages 17.4 points per game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Why? Nobody knows. What is it about this team? And it's funny because it's not just a perception. You know what I mean? A lot of times I feel like other teams' role players just go off on us. And maybe you would think like I feel that way, but it might not be true. And then you see an actual statistic. You see actual numbers showing you other teams' role players just go off on us. Why? It used to be Spencer Dinwiddie with the Brooklyn Nets. Now it's Gabe Vincent with the Miami Heat. Gabe Vincent. That's who's killing us. Gabe freaking Vincent. Unreal, man. Oh, here we go. I found the tweet, man. There it is. Furkan Korkmaz since the All-Star break. 1.4 points per game. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Doc Rivers' favorite player off of the bench, Furkan Korkmaz, averaging a whopping 1.4 points per game. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Doc Rivers' favorite player off the bench, Furkan Korkmaz, averaging 16.7% from the field. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I got to do something real quick. Timeout. Pause. Never mind, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, Doc Rivers' favorite player off the bench, Furkan Korkmaz, averaging 10% from three-point range. Wow. %20.8% EFG, efficient field goal percentage, or what is that? I don't know. Minus 20.6% net rating on 12.7 minutes per game. Furkan Korkmaz is averaging 1.4 points per game, 16.7% from the field, 10% from three, 20.8%, and negative 20 net rating. And Doc just keeps playing him. Doc keeps playing this guy, man. Why? Are we going to get to the playoffs and this is what's going to happen? Are we going to get to the playoffs and this is what's going to happen? Faust out loud. What is wrong with Korkmaz, or is him and us realizing he's not an NBA player anymore? What is wrong with Korkmaz? That was hard to read. I'm not going to lie to you. He's not an NBA player. He's never been an NBA player. He was drafted in the first freaking round for some reason. He was a point guard in Turkey. He looked like a sniper at certain points of his young career. He's the epitome of, when people say European players don't transition well into... Andrew, how many damn times are you going to post this, bro? How many times? We get it. You're a Heat fan. We get it, bro. Congratulations, man. Jesus. Just in here, typing the same thing over and over and over. Annoying, man. Is Doc Rivers going to do this to us in the playoffs? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's the thing with this team. I think this team is now a high-powered offense. I think this team can contend for a championship. I think this team can compete with anybody when they're healthy and at their best. But is Doc Rivers going to kill us in the playoffs? I can just picture it kind of happening. You know what I mean? I can just kind of picture it happening. I can just kind of picture us in a heated battle in the middle of the third quarter, and Doc Rivers rolls out Furkan Korkmaz, Paul Millsap, Matisse Thybulle, Danny Green, and Tobias Harris for 10 straight minutes. And the other team goes on a 25-0 run, and we score nothing. Or we go on one of those field goal droughts for 10 straight minutes. I can just feel it happening. Or will the addition of James Harden overshadow the deficiencies of Doc Rivers? Because the Boston 2008 team, they had enough talent to, I guess, overshadow the deficiency of Doc Rivers. Ever since then, he's been choking hard, giving up 3-1 leads, just absolutely bombing in the playoffs. And it's the thing is, when he got fired from LA, from the Clippers, it was because of all of the things that we're seeing right now, that we've seen last season and we're seeing this season. These are all of the things that he did in LA that got him fired. Didn't make adjustments, played all bench lineups, absolutely refused to play any young players that had any potential, absolutely refused to even put them on the court for 1 minute. That's why he got fired from LA. And it'll happen in Philly. And I think the guy's actually delusional. When you really listen to him talk in press conferences and things, I think he's actually delusional. I think he's a little bit crazy at this point. The way he replies to reporters, just condescending, and he thinks he is a basketball genius. He thinks he is one of the greatest coaches ever. He thinks he is on Greg Popovich's level. He said that out loud. He thinks that. He thinks he's on Greg Popovich's level. Greg Popovich has 5 NBA championships. Would you talk about Pop that way? Would you ask Pop that question? I mean, first of all, yes, I would, because I'm a reporter and that's my job. Doc Rivers is going to kill us, man. I know he is. Man. So Embiid post game said basically, we were in the game into the fourth quarter, and then basically Miami made every shot and we missed every shot. And again, that's why I'm not going to overreact to the Miami Heat game, because those things happen. It's basketball, man. Sometimes a team makes a lot of shots and you miss a lot of shots and you lose. That's why it's a 7-game series in the playoffs. And that's why I hate the NCAA tournament, because there's so many stupid upsets in the NCAA tournament, because if one team is on fire from 3 and one team's having an ice cold game, it's game over. It's one and done. Jimmy J, what's up, man? The turnaround of your Boston Celtics is crazy right now. Crazy. The turnaround of the Boston Celtics has been crazy so far. I feel like it was not even a month ago. I feel like it was like 2.5 weeks ago. We were saying Boston is trash. They were playing like garbage. They had no chemistry, no team camaraderie. They had no interior defense. They had no anything. It was just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown passing the ball back and forth. They were awful. And they traded to get Daniel Tice back on the team. And I feel like he might be one of the most underrated defensive centers or whatever in the entire NBA. Like, nobody actually talks about Daniel Tice. Nobody cares. But what are the odds? They got Daniel Tice back, and their defense went to the level that it's at. And when they beat us by 48, most of it was because the way that they doubled and triple teamed Joel Embiid in the paint with those big athletic guys down there. Can't think of the other dude's name right now, but Greg Melly had a good point on the stream when he said, "You think Horford's the key? Horford is not the key, bro." Greg Melly had a good point on the stream when he said, why do other teams have like 3 or 4 guys that we always want one of, Yeah, Tatum. I don't know, man. Jason Tatum's an amazing player, man. Yeah, Robert Williams. Thank you, Dominic. Robert Williams is one of those guys, man. Big, strong, athletic. Yeah, it's good to have those kind of guys. And look, the Brooklyn Nets are absolute frauds and garbage and trash, and I love every second of it. I'm beginning to hate the Brooklyn Nets more than I hate the Boston Celtics or anybody else. Like, I hate the Nets so much just because of all of this stuff that happened. Them thinking, ESPN and the national media thinking that they're championship, not even just contenders, but like the championship favorite. They still say it. If the Nets get healthy, this is the most talented team in the history of civilization. If the Nets get healthy, this is the most talented team in the history of existence. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. How do they not know anything about ball? You just saw it again tonight. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant can score points, and they don't have anybody else on the team. I was saying the same thing about the Nets when they had Harden. You got 3 guys that can drop 30. You got 90 points. Congratulations. What else do you got? They trade the James Harden trade in Brooklyn was one of the worst things anybody's ever done when you really look at everything they gave up. You know what I'm saying here? Harden's amazing. I'm glad he's on our team. But they traded Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen, 4 first-round picks, and 3 first-round pick swaps to add James Harden to a team that already had 2 mega egos on the squad and already had 2, ball-dominant perimeter players. So, I mean, it just made no sense at all. And the Nets are funny, man. That's what they do. That's why they'll always be the New Jersey Nets. They stink. They've never been good. The only time they were close to being good ever was Jason Kidd throwing alley-oops to Kenyon Martin. And that was fun to watch, but they weren't good. And they were decent when Vince Carter came there, too. Sean Quigg, what's up, my man? Thanks for the support, man. They're talking about 25 like he's Oscar Robertson all of a sudden. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for them to find out why we can't stand that dude. And it's funny because this is the best way to describe it because we say it, when me and Romp and Greg were streaming the other night. We said, Ben Simmons in the half court, it's so funny when you think about this guy as a player because it's the only way he can be effective is to have the ball in his hands. But he's not effective in the half court with the ball in his hands because the defense doesn't pay attention to him and they leave him out there and he won't shoot it. So it messes everything up and they can't run a normal offense. But now he's on a team with 2 ball-dominant guards on the perimeter who are going to control the ball probably way more than he is. ISO Durant, ISO Kyrie. What the hell does Ben Simmons do when he doesn't have the ball? Nothing. Nothing at all. He stands under the rim and brings his defender into the paint, clogging up the paint, making everything worse for everyone else. So all you did, and they're going to find this out, all you did by adding Ben Simmons is mess up the spacing for Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. I can't wait for him to find out, man, if he ever plays again. If he ever plays again. I can't wait for him to find out, though. Oh, that's epic, man. You guys actually think, come on, man. Come on, man. They actually think they won the trade? They actually think they won the trade? Seth Curry has turned back into Steph Curry's little brother. He had 8 points tonight. Andre Drummond is turned back into Andre Drummond. He had 6 points tonight. We got James Harden for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and Andre Drummond. And a first-round pick and a protected first-round pick. Wow. Jimmy J, thanks for the support. Nets are still a team no one really wants to face round 1, and they scare me because Simmons plays great D on. Oh, my God, bro. No one wants to face the Nets in round 1. I would love nothing more than to face the Brooklyn Nets in round 1. First of all, for Ben Simmons to be forced to come back to Philly, because that would just be the most entertaining thing I could ever think of. But no, I'm not scared of the Nets. I haven't been scared of the Nets. What are you scared of? Ben Simmons plays great D? I just explained how he messes up your entire offense. Oh, man. I just can't wait because Ben doesn't fit on an NBA team at all because he can't shoot. He can't shoot a 3. He can't shoot a mid-range. He has no post moves, and he can't play center because he can't guard the rim for some reason. because he shies away from contact and physical competition just naturally. Now you add him to a team where he's not going to be the primary half-court ball handler. What's he going to do? The Celtics will smoke the Brooklyn Nets. And the Sixers will smoke the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are not good. They have two of the best scorers of all time and nothing else. And Ben's only going to make that worse. And I can't wait for it to happen. Process in Philly, what's up, man? Shout out to Process in Philly. Great Instagram page. Go follow Process in Philly on Instagram. Nets fans will learn. Let them celebrate. They're going to learn the hard way. I know they're going to learn the hard way. It's going to be great. And they can't even celebrate because they're not even winning games right now. This is exactly it, bro. People acting like Ben doesn't have to shoot because he has Kyrie and KD. He literally has to shoot, otherwise it's double teams all day. Exactly. Having Kevin Durant and Kyrie is actually more of a reason why now he has to shoot even more. Now the need for him to shoot is even more because he has to space the floor for two perimeter players. They suck, dude. Nets fans have never watched Ben Simmons. They think Drummond's going to start with him in the line. Yo, imagine Ben Simmons and Andre Drummond on the floor together. Yikes. Oh, my God. That's disgusting to even think about. That's some of the worst NBA basketball I could possibly think of. Ben Simmons won't close out games with the Nets. And if he's not closing out games, he can't be a max contract player. You can't have a bench player you're paying $180 million to, or when they start hacking Ben, you got to put him on the bench because he can't make a free throw. Man. They're going to learn, man. They're going to learn. You're paying a lot of money for a guy that's unplayable in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm watching these Miami highlights, and I'm just seeing no defense at all. We were. It's not fair to it's a schedule loss. That's what that is, man. That's a schedule loss. Embiid wasn't playing any defense. Embiid wasn't helping on any screens. Matisse was fighting around screens left and right. Embiid's just kind of standing back. Not even putting a hand up. Like I said, we should have rested Embiid with Harden. I mean, what was the point, man? What was the point? What was really the point? Jimmy Butler just straight to the basket, no resistance at all. What was the point, really? Then we got a Tobias Harris ISO. Oh, yeah, just what I want to see. Just what I want to see. Mina, what's going on? Is Embiid more passive or what? He just looked tired in watching the highlights of this Miami game. He just looked tired. He's not the kind of guy that can play 40 minutes and then play 40 minutes the next game. I just don't think he's that kind of guy. Especially, flying 1,000 miles and playing another game the next night. I mean, what did we really expect here? Bam Adebayo with a big finish. Process, I would say that's 100% chance. I would say that's 100% chance. Seriously, I would say that's 100% chance. Miami's looking good, though, man. When you like, they're deep, athletic, got shooters, got guards, got defense, got role players, got a good bench. How does this improve anything? Tobias for Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant shoots 29% from three-point range. No. Like with Harden, Embiid, and Maxey, you need shooters, man. You need guys that are that are shooters. You need Duncan Robinson type of guys. That's exactly what the Philadelphia 76ers need. An actual sniper. Because when all of those screen actions are happening at the top, but Maxey pick and pop with Harden, or Harden pick and roll, pick and pop with Embiid, when all that action's happening at the top, the other guy just needs to be able to stand there, catch the ball, and shoot it. We don't need a guy that's going to take the ball and take 35 dribbles and try to be a combo player. Process, I'm glad you said this. And listen, man, I got a question for the chat. Speaking of which, because I was on Twitter yesterday, the craziest place in the virtual universe, twitter.com. If you want to see crazy things, if you're bored and you just want to see crazy things, go to twitter.com. If you really like a movie and you want someone to convince you that it sucks, go to twitter.com. If you really like a music artist and you want someone to convince you that artist sucks, go to twitter.com. If you trade Tobias Harris, say you flip him for something, I don't know, say you get cash considerations back, say Daryl Morey does something. This is my question for the chat, okay? Say Daryl Morey does something magical with the Tobias Harris contract, and Bradley Beal wants out or becomes a free agent. I forget. He's eligible to sign a supermax. If he refuses to sign, I don't know all the intangibles, okay? Don't sue me here. I'm just literally freestyling off the top, okay? If it was possible for Daryl Morey to move the Tobias Harris contract and sign Bradley Beal, should he do it, yes or no? If it is possible in some realm of the universe for Daryl Morey to turn Tobias Harris into Bradley Beal, should he do it? People on Twitter, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Yes, more talent can't hurt. Exactly. It's very simple. It's very simple. Dudes on Twitter were telling me no. Daquan Adams says no. I need to know why not, bro. I need to know why not. Yeah, WTF. See, here's the thing. This is a question right here. Here's the thing about this topic. This is what people say. But they said the same thing before we traded for James Harden. Well, if we trade Tobias, who's going to play? If we trade Seth, who's going to play? Bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not if you get Beal, who plays the three? What? You're adding another star talent. I didn't say Beal's playing the three. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say Beal's playing the three. I'm just saying, people are saying, because Tyrese Maxey looks great, and he does, but he's 21 years old. If you have a chance to bring Maxey off of the bench, I'm talking about the overall wellness of the team. If you have a chance to bring a starting caliber star guard off of your bench because your talent is that deep, you do that, and guess what? You got 2 lethal scorers on the floor all 48 minutes of a basketball game. I don't care who starts, who comes off the bench, or what. You dominate the damn NBA if you have James Harden, Bradley Beal, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. That's obvious. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it and say, well, who's starting and who's coming off the bench? Well, who's playing the 1 and the 2 and who's playing? Don't overthink it. You got 4. You got 4 guys that can drop 30. Don't overthink it. I just got the notification. A copyright claim was initiated for the stream that they took down. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, YouTube. Much appreciated. Oh, man. A team with Embiid, Harden, Beal, and Maxey is for sure winning the championship, and you're worried about who's playing the 3. That's what I'm saying. Think about the fact that right now, it looks like Tobias Harris doesn't fit. Think about the fact that right now, when the bench is in, when Harden sits, or when Maxey and Harden both sit, or whatever, it looks like we got nothing for 5 straight minutes. Imagine those 5 minutes are taken up by Bradley Beal. Obviously, you do that. And Maxey's a starting caliber player. But being able to have so much talent that you bring the caliber player of Tyrese Maxey off of your bench, you win. You win a lot of games. Nah, Beal hasn't said he wants to leave. Beal never says he wants to leave. I was just saying, hypothetically, if Daryl Morey could do magic and turn Tobias Harris into Bradley Beal, should you do it? And people say no. Mainly in these super homer Facebook groups, because the Facebook groups are so biased and homerish that anytime somebody's playing good, they don't want that player to, they don't want anybody else. These are the same people that were saying, don't trade for James Harden because Tyrese Maxey is developing as a point guard. And we don't need another guard. We need this, or that. Don't trade for James Harden. They were saying this every day in this stupid group. Don't trade for James Harden because Tyrese Maxey this, Tyrese Maxey that. But now you see adding James Harden makes Tyrese Maxey that much better. It's very simple. The team with more talent wins. The team with more talent wins. I'd change Tobias Harris into a turb basket if I could. Would you trade Tobias Harris for Kevin Love? I would. Absolutely. Because guess what Kevin Love can do? He can shoot. And he can rebound. Harris and Barnes would be great. I agree. Another guy that can shoot and can rebound. Again, what's a perfect complementary piece for a game that's dominated by ball handlers? James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. The perfect complementary piece is just a stretch 4. Just a guy that can get rebounds, play defense, and catch and shoot. Tobias just doesn't catch and shoot enough, man, to really, be that. So Miami was up by 10 in the second quarter. Okay. So Tyler Hero was just dribbling straight down the floor and pulling up? We weren't even stepping up on Tyler Hero? This clip I'm looking at right now, Shake Milton's 4 feet behind the three-point line, just letting Tyler Hero shoot wide open threes. I mean, what are we really doing here? I wonder what Doc said in the postgame. I should go listen to that, actually. That may be some content we can put on the stream that won't get taken down. I've done highlights reactions before, though, not got taken down, so I don't know. It was just Sunday. YouTube's just wilding out on a Sunday. Oh, my God, what a horrible miss by Tobias. Good Lord. Dude, Tobias Harris is in the lane. Pump fakes. Defender falls for it. Is totally wide open, like a foot and a half in front of the rim. And misses it. He's 6'9". How is it even possible for this dude to be this bad? Doc said we need a playmaker. Is that what he said? All right, I'm going to go watch Doc Rivers' post-game press conference. See if we can watch that without getting kicked off the tube. Our 2 main goals in the offseason, better coach and better supporting cast. I agree. Tobias Harris is a selfish player, Loki. I just think Tobias Harris feels like he has to live up to his contract, and he feels like, okay, I gotta do something. I gotta take the ball right now and score to prove to everyone that I am good enough for this or something like. I feel like he feels obligated because of how much money he's being paid. But should he? I don't know. I think he should just accept his role. Oh, I love when Doc Rivers says stuff like this. This is what like NBA highlights, whatever, got taken down, but we can at least watch press conferences because this is entertainment right here. This is definitely entertainment. Doc Rivers' press conferences are always entertaining.
Because we needed a point guard coming off the bench.
What'd they ask him?
Because we needed a point guard coming off the bench.
Does anybody in the chat know what they asked him? Right there? Did they ask him about Furkan? Is that what that was? Were you guys watching this? Did they say, why'd you play Furkan Korkmaz?
You start shaking Tyrese. Now, who's your point guard coming off the bench?
I knew this would be funny, man. I knew this would be funny. So you started Furkan Korkmaz because he's not a guard. So you started Furkan Korkmaz. Oh, my bad. There's an echo because I was playing the audio twice. My bad. I got you. Thanks for that. Drifty. Thank you for that. You started Furkan Korkmaz because he's not a guard? Oh, my goodness. I mean, you could have just started Maxey and, you could have went Maxey, Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Embiid. You could have just run Tyrese Maxey as the point guard. You don't have to have two out there at all times, do you?
So it wasn't that difficult of a decision.
Slow starts have been kind of a trend this week. What contributed to it?
Yeah, I know. Each game is singular. So tonight was whatever. We didn't get stops early. We didn't score. They double teamed Joel a lot. We didn't handle that very well. I think we showed them like shot quality will be interesting. We'll have a high shot quality tonight because we got a lot of wide open shots. But games that's you get down by 21 or 25. What we did with Cleveland, you dig a hole out and you get in late. That's the byproduct of it sometimes. I thought a lot of our shots were front rim. But you want to keep taking them, and I thought we did that.
Defensively, it looked like Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero kind of had a lot of success getting into the paint.
Yeah.
This is what kind of was the...
Yeah, Tyler just beat us up to dribble both hands. Jimmy, when he beats us right, that's on us. That should never happen, and he did in the first half 4 or 5 times. Second half, I thought we did a better job of taking that away. I thought our zone was really effective, got us back in the game. That's 2 nights in a row, but we have to be a better man team as well. But this was one of those slugfest games that they made enough shots and we didn't. It wasn't even that simple. It's that simple of a game.
You mentioned Joel getting doubled. Just what did you kind of make of his night? Struggled from the floor, but was able to manufacture a lot.
Yeah, I thought he manufactured a lot of points. We came out in the second half and put him on the elbow, which is very difficult to double, and he had some success there. I thought might hurt us tonight. They denied us. They got into our bodies. We allowed, you should never allow a guy to deny you a catch.
X number, you're on the money. You're on the money with Doc Rivers in general, but you're on the money. Just from the highlights that I watched so far, Tyler Hero was just getting wide open shots the whole game. And no adjustments made. That is Doc Rivers to a T. No adjustments made. He just keeps doing the same thing over and over until you lose. I don't know.
And I bet that happened 10 times tonight. So they played it in our airspace. We didn't play in theirs.
All right, you heard Doc saying, listen, he thought the schedule.
Bruh. Did you really just say this on my stream right now? I miss Ben Simmons' defense. Yeah. What did his defense get us against the Atlanta Hawks in the second round of the playoffs? Nothing.
Makers maybe not real kind to them. He saw the front.
Where's Doc at, man? Was that it? That was the whole thing? I don't want to watch the whole post game live, man. The stream's gonna get kicked off again.
Because we
Jimmy
Man. So he says, just wasn't our night. We didn't get we didn't get rebounds. We didn't score points. What else can we say, man? What else can we really say? Come on, man. I can't get Embiid post game, so nobody even did a post game live. They just So nobody cared about this game. Nobody cared about this game. I didn't care about this game. Nobody cared about this game. Sixers on a back-to-back after traveling 1,000 miles to Miami. Who really cares, man? Yeah, our defense was the problem in the first half, I think, but you're right. We tightened it up a little bit. They only scored 99 points. We scored 82 points in an entire NBA game. And look, all right, let's go try to give you guys content without getting the stream kicked off. We should be able to look at the ESPN advanced stats. They won't kick me off for that, will they? You never know with the YouTube. You never know what YouTube's about to do. Let's go to yesterday. NBA, March 5th. Let me zoom in here for you. Don't be playing audio up in here, man. You're going to get me kicked out again. Don't be getting me kicked out. Joel Embiid was 4 for 15 from the field. He had 10 rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds. The team leader in assists was George Niang. What does that tell you? I would have liked to see, like, with James Harden out, I would have liked to see more Tyrese Maxey getting his hands in some playmaking, and facilitating a little bit more. But I mean, it's really not who Tyrese is. He's really just a bucket getter, and we pretty much know that. We shot like, this is why there's no reason to watch these highlights. This is the only number you need to look at right here. This is the only number you need to look at when talking about this Miami Heat loss on a back-to-back after flying 1,000 miles. This is the only number you need to look at. Because what happens when your legs are tired? You don't have your legs. You don't shoot a good three-point percentage. You don't have your legs. Your jump shot's flat. This is, look at the percentage. That says everything you need to know. You shot 17% from three. This is a scheduled loss. You flew across the country, got off an airplane, and played another game, and you shot 17% from three. It's pretty obvious they were tired. Every shot was short, especially from Embiid and Niang. There you go, man. And to add insult to injury, the Miami Heat go ahead and shoot 46.4% from three. How are you going to win a game when one team's shooting 45%, 46, 47%, and you're shooting 17? It is funny that we out-rebounded them, though, because that doesn't make any sense at all. 34% from the field, 17% from three. Whatever. We got the Chicago Bulls tomorrow. I like that. I like that we got the Chicago Bulls tomorrow, man. I like that a lot. What did I just click on? Come on. Box score. Tobias Harris played 37 minutes, 6 for 15, 1 for 4 from 3, a whopping 16 points in 37 minutes for the wonderfully paid Tobias Harris. Joel Embiid was bad, 0 for 6 from 3, got 14 free throws, 15 rebounds. Nice effort from Embiid on the rebounding. 4 turnovers. I'm assuming he was double and triple teamed the whole game. It's a good question, Rob. Obviously you can play zone when Harden's not in the game. But Cleveland played zone for a while too the other night. And it took a little while for Harden to really start to exploit it, but he's that smart of a player that he's gonna find ways to beat his zone. You can run a zone against Tyrese Maxey at the top of the key and slow him down, shut him down pretty much. He scored 17 points in this game, 7 for 14. And when you run a zone and double and triple team Embiid, that's what happens. That's exactly what Boston did when they beat us by 48. This is exactly why Daryl Morey traded for James Harden. The inexperience will show itself, especially when a team switches to a zone defense and completely takes you out of the game. You need an experienced point guard with the ball in his hands to facilitate the offense from the top of the key, especially when teams are very athletic, play good team defense, and can run a zone on you. Mo Bamba, exactly, bro. This is exactly what I used to say about last year when the Knicks gave us fits, and I said I would fear the Knicks. I don't fear them this year, obviously, but they're still one of the most athletic teams in the NBA, one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA. But my point is, last year they were one of those teams that played great team defense. They fly to Embiid. Remember the Toronto Raptors game where Embiid scored 1 point or 0 points, actually. The whole game, it's like they swarmed Embiid as soon as he caught the ball. And right when he kicked it out, they were already out there. And right when we tried to swing it, they were on to the next man. They rotate fast. They double and triple team fast. They do everything fast and efficiently defensively. And it's like good defensive teams are a night and day difference from, bad defensive teams. Paul Millsap got 9 minutes at the backup center position. Charles Bassey, DNP, coach's decision. DeAndre Jordan, DNP, coach's decision. Isaiah Joe actually got 9 minutes in the game. Only got one shot off. Got fouled on a 3, it looks like. He went 2 for 3 from the line. Shake Milton, 24 minutes. Not a whole lot of anything in those 24 minutes. Gave you 4 points. Paul Reed got 1 minute. So oh man, Paul Reed got 1 minute. And he got a foul. Paul Reed was in the game for 1 minute and he picked up a foul. That's hilarious, actually. Oh, man. Isaiah Joe had a hard pass that flew into the stands. Wow. Yeah, man, look, it's one of those games. You only scored 82 damn points in the game. Like, throw it in the trash, man. Crumble it up and throw it in the trash. It's over. It's over. The Heat were 48% from the field. We were 34%. The Heat were 46% from 3. We were 17%. We shot more free throws. We out-rebounded them. They had more assists. We had 9 steals, but they had 6. Blocks 4-3. Total turnovers is close. Points off turnovers is close. Fast break points is even. Points in the paint, they beat us by 6. Yeah, whatever. Whatever about this game, man. Why is Reed in when we got 37-year-old Paul Millsap? I don't know, man. Paul Millsap should be playing 10 minutes, not 9. Korkmaz barely did anything in 22 minutes. Yeah, well, it's Furkan Korkmaz, man. His time is up. And in the game the other night, not the Cavs game. What was the game before that? Thursday night. Was it Thursday night or was it Wednesday night? I don't remember. But Doc staggering James Harden and Joel Embiid separately for most of the game is also annoying to me. I just feel like he should keep those two together for the most part. I feel like the staggering should be with Tyrese Maxey running with the bench unit. Then you always have a scorer on the floor. But I want to see a lot of Joel Embiid, James Harden pick and rolls throughout the course of a game. And if they're always in separate lineups, you don't really get that. So I don't know. A lot of times it just looks like Doc kind of doesn't know what he's doing. He's just freestyling it out there. I'm starting to get on the B-ball Paul hype train, 6'9" freak athlete, energy guy, and he's developing his jumper. In the games he would get significant minutes. He would play really well. It's just Doc, man. Doc's going to kill us. Like, I have that feeling. No matter. James Harden, no matter what. Doc Rivers is going to kill us. And then he's going to get fired. I really think that. I don't understand when a team is struggling like the Nets and people just default to, but this team is built for the playoff. I hate that too, man. Do you remember all of the times they said that to us in the 2019 season when we were sitting here watching Al Horford, Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, when we were watching one of the most atrociously built rosters around Joel Embiid, and nothing made sense the whole season. It was awful. The spacing was terrible. There was no shooting. There was no point guard on the team at all. People kept saying to us, but we're built for the playoffs. This team's built for the playoffs. How? They suck right now. How are they going to be good in the playoffs? It makes no sense. Well, the game slows down in the playoffs, and then it becomes a defensive battle. No, it doesn't. No, it does not become a defensive battle. You need to score more points than the other team. Played the Hawks in the second round. Was that a defensive battle? No. It was Trae Young and Dennis the Menace dropping 30 apiece on us. Oh, my. You guys got any questions in the chat? Man, I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I really just wanted to come up here and chill, say what's up to you guys. Shout out some people in the chat, man. My weekends are just crazy, so when there's a Friday, Saturday back-to-back, I'm really kind of out of commission. It sucks, but maybe next week or maybe next season, you know, I'll have a different setup, and I'll be able to cover every game. But I really, really, really love doing the post-game lives, and it would be a lot of fun to be able to do Friday, Saturday night post-game lives. Maybe we'll get to that point, man. You never know. But for right now, I am still a DJ. I still get paid to play music in bars and nightclubs, and I am working on Friday and Saturday nights, man. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a post-game live tomorrow. Absolutely, facts. Absolutely, for sure. Definitely going to do a post-game live tomorrow, so tune in for that after the Bulls game. You know, hopefully, I think for the most part, we're expecting us to have everybody healthy. James, Joel, and the gang. You don't, let's look at the Bulls really quick, actually, because where they at? What am I clicking on, man? Eastwood doesn't even know how to work a computer, man. Oh my God, dude. Where the hell are the Chicago Bulls? They haven't played since the 4th? Full scoreboard? Oh, where are the Chicago Bulls? Bulls lost to the Bucks 118 to 112. Oh, what happened here? Yo, I missed this. I missed this, man. Jones Jr. took out Grayson Allen? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great, actually. I got to find that. I got to find that on YouTube right now. Because, you know, for those that don't know, Grayson Allen had a really hard foul on Alex Caruso and kind of in the middle of a layup like motion and chucked him to the ground and just walked away, and he broke his wrist, and I think he's out for the season with a wrist surgery or something like that. I don't know if he's coming back. Is Caruso coming back? But either way, Bulls fans were ready for Grayson Allen to return to Chicago. And I actually forgot to find out, watch the highlight. I want to watch the highlights of that game too. I wish I could watch the highlights here on YouTube, but it'll get taken down. But apparently Jones Jr. did a little payback to Grayson Allen. And it's funny that it's Derek Jones Jr. too, because that's like the guy off the deep bench. That's like the guy you send in off the end of your bench. Hey, go take out Allen, man. Go take out Allen, man. Derek Jones Jr. gets a flagrant for a hit on Grayson Allen. Oh, damn. Yeah, he pretty much jumped and threw an elbow at his face. Grayson been fouling hard since college. Yeah, and he's been not just fouling hard. He's been a cheap, dirty player since college, tripping players and all kinds of stuff. And they show Caruso right away. I want to see the replay right here. He knew it was coming, man. That's the best part. You knew it was coming. You knew somebody was coming for your head when you returned to Chicago after that BS you pulled. And you're going to drive the lane like that and not expect somebody to come for you? We're not, teams aren't. It's a team sport, man. You hit my guy, I hit you. Man. Yo, Jones threw... Yo, I need you guys to see this, man. My dude threw a flying elbow to his face. Wow. Yeah, you got to see it. I would play it obviously, but I can't. Grayson Allen drove baseline and Derek Jones Jr. just ran and jumped and elbowed him right in the face. And there's a post-game press conference. I think I'm allowed to share this.
Start with, could you take us through that play on Giannis where you got it on his head a little bit, do the head tap afterwards?
Well, it was a loose ball, and Boosh got the rebound, hit Io. Io threw a little bounce pass to me, and once I get in the lane, I ain't gonna lie, honestly, I don't think nobody can jump with me in this world, to be honest with you. That's just how much confidence I have in my athleticism and how much confidence I have in my finishing ability. So I really don't think nobody can jump with me if I get my feet set. So
You said as far as getting dunks is concerned, that's not even super high up.
I mean, that's up there.
I want to hear what he says about Grayson Allen.
It's up there, but it ain't my best. I ain't close to my best.
So what did you think was working in that third quarter run where you guys kind of swung momentum, and then what shifts in the fourth from things?
We were just playing harder than them. That's what I feel like. We were just playing harder than them. We wanted it more at that point. We just got to play like that for the whole 48 minutes. We can't take no laps in the game. We just got to keep pushing as much as we can. Just have as much energy and just bring the next man up for us and just keep working together. That's all we got to do.
Seems like when you guys are at your best, sometimes like you're flying around. It doesn't necessarily transition dunks always, but like everything's happening quickly. Is it possible to like do that for? There's just going to be stretches like that. There's just going to be stretches. It's as a team or the way a game is. There's just going to be stretches like that.
So I feel like the sky is the limit for us. That make our talent look better. Just got to play like that.
Allen, Grayson, what was going through your head?
Oh, here we go.
You got called for the flick.
And I just feel like we just got to play like that, and we'll be good.
You got called for the flagrant foul on Grayson. What was going through your head as you went up and saw him going to the hoop?
Get a stop. That's all that goes through my head. I'm not a dirty player. I talked to every ref that was there today. I don't think it was a flagrant. I honestly, I didn't even, they said I hit him in his head. I didn't feel it. I just felt him bump my hip and fall. That's all I felt.
Were you aware you were fouling the guy who had injured Alex Caruso, or things happen so fast on the play?
I was trying to make it something. I ain't even tripping off that. It's basketball, you know.
Man, he knows what he did. He knows what he did, man. All right, guys, thanks for coming through and hanging out with me tonight, man. 227 still in here. Hit the thumbs up. I'll be back tomorrow night for Sixers post-game live. Might have a video tomorrow during the day. Maybe making fun of some ESPN people. You never know. You never know what might happen. Stay tuned. Thank you for everyone that subscribed during the stream. And I will see you tomorrow.